It's Brian and Michelle, cruising with Colemans.
Hello.
We are walking today from Astorga to Foncebadon.
We're walking about 26, 27 kilometers, about 16, 17 miles, something like that.
We started at 6:30 this morning. The sun was barely up. Walked out of Astorga. The temperature was about 40 degrees. Really cold though, because the wind is just relentless today.
Yeah, it's much colder than it's been for the same temperature. But it's beautiful. The scenery out here, as you've seen in the video, like the mountains, we're seeing the mountains now, so it's absolutely beautiful.
And we're about to walk into Gansa, which is our, I think, third village of the day today. And it's probably almost 10 a.m. So we're gonna make a stop at the Cowboy Bar and have a beer.
Buen camino.
Buen camino. Hola.
Hola. Vale. Tenemos unas pequeñinas estas de cierre de cada lado, ¿no?
Ah, cerveza. Chao,
español. No, español.
We are an association and play a little show in the hospitals and in the schools, in the children who have cancer. And if you want, you can put the stamp of the association and take a photo with the eagle. Okay?
Okay.
This is the photo of the princess. And do a little show, okay?
Caballero.
With the eagle and medieval dresses, and you are a princess, you are a queen, and the children are happy and smile. I don't remember the stock. This is the information stock.
Hola. Today we are leaving the village of Foncebadon and we are walking to the village of Molinaseca. But en route, we will be hitting the highest point on the Camino today, which is Mount Irago, famous because of the Cruz de Ferro that was placed there about 800 years ago.
So it's 38 degrees Fahrenheit, or no, 35 degrees Fahrenheit when we left. So it's still very cold. But down in the village, it's gonna be 81. So we're gonna finally warm up, which I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but I'm ready to take off a few layers. Yeah.
So in order to be at the cruise for sunrise, we left this morning about 6:30, which was especially tough after a very long dinner last night.
It was a very good dinner.
With many of our new friends that we've met from Australia, Germany, Brazil, and Ireland. And everybody was just a little bit hungover this morning from a little too much wine and arujo last night.
Yeah.
But we're making the best of it.
Well, and it's a shorter day. It's only 20.4 kilometers, which is just shy of a half marathon.
So did you ever think anyone would say a half marathon was a short day? That's us.
Tomorrow, though, is a long day. We've got, I think 30 kilometers. So it's gonna be a longer day tomorrow.
Now, there are a couple of greetings that are really common on the Camino. The one that you hear the most frequently is Buen Camino, which means good journey or good way. But the one that's appropriate today is another saying of Ultrea, which means ever onward and ever upward. And as we climb this mountain today, Ultrea is very appropriate. So, Ultrea.
Hi guys! So as you can see, Brian and I are not walking on the trail, we're walking on the road. We're even bringing along our new Chicago friend, Mia. Hi! Because, pro tip here, we learned the last time we walked from Cruz de Ferro down to Molinaseca that the trail is so steep and so rocky that it was killing our knees. Like, the only bad day I had on the Camino with my knees was this day. So we decided to walk the road. The cyclists can't even take the trail. There are signs that say no bikes because it's so steep and so rocky. And look, just on cue, 2 bikes came down the road. But The road is definitely easier on your body, and this is only day 4 of hiking, and we need to take care of our bodies. So that's why we're walking the road.
Ultrea. Buen Camino, good morning. It is day 5 on El Camino de Santiago, and we are walking out of the town of Molinaseca along the road towards Ponferrada. And we have not seen an arrow in a little while, so we're a little nervous, hoping that we are not getting you lost right now, but we'll see what happens. So yesterday afternoon was an interesting day.
Yeah, it was a good day in the morning. We went to Cruisin and loved that. Loved that we were there at sunrise and had a plan for going down the mountain. We talked to you about that, and Maya joined us for a while. We decided to stay on the road a little too long. We didn't realize how narrow the road got. So there's a village that after that village, you can stay on that road until that village, but after that, you need to get back on the road, and we'll put that.
I'll put the name of that across the bottom here.
And I was having an awful day. Maybe the wine, maybe lack of sleep, but also people kind of get that blues around day 3 or 4. And it was day 4. It was the exact same time I had it the last time we were on the Camino, where you just kind of hit a wall.
And the honeymoon is over.
Yeah, and I hit a wall. So while we were walking on this road, feeling horribly anxious, a taxi drove by.
Well, it was a 2-lane road, just like this one, but it was about half as wide.
Yeah.
2 lanes is being generous. Anytime there was no shoulder at all, and anytime a vehicle would come past us, they would go over into the other lane of oncoming traffic. And in times when there were traffic both ways with us, one car had to stop because the road was so narrow. And then it also had switchbacks back and forth. It dropped severely. At one point we even saw a guardrail that had been a stone guardrail that had been hit by a car down into the ravine, and there were car parks down in the ravine from the vehicle that had gone off the side of the road.
So having a bad day and that level of anxiety, a taxi drove by and I waved him down. Note, there were 3 other pilgrims in the van, and we were more than happy to see them. We had a little less than 3 kilometers to go.
And this taxi video is, by the way, in real time. It's not in fast forward. This is how fast he was driving down these corners and curves, and it was kind of crazy.
Buen Camino.
Buen Camino.
So, the turn. We had a turn.
All right, so we're back. We thought we missed a turn, crossed the street, and we did not miss a turn. We're still walking on the same highway. So yesterday we got our taxi taking us into the village.
Yeah, so I slept for a total of about 12 hours, which I needed so badly. And we paid to have our laundry done, which was the first time, and that was very nice.
So today we smell really good.
Everything was beginning to smell a little bit. And tomorrow...
You can only get things so clean using bath gel and cold water.
Yeah. And tomorrow we are taking one of our first planned rest days. So we plan rest days before we meet them. And we're going 5 days of walking and a rest day. I think the next one's 4 days of walking. It just depends on where the village is.
So today we're walking to the village of Villafranca del Bierzo. And I probably just massacred the pronunciation of that. But it's a 19-mile walk. We're gonna walk through
30 kilometers.
30 kilometers. We're gonna walk through 5 villages on the way. So plenty of opportunities to get a snack or a meal. And by the way, we haven't eaten anything yet. We'll probably make that stop.
We usually walk about 5 to 10 kilometers, depending on where the village is, before we eat, because it's just too early and you want to just get going.
So the temperature is a lot better today. It's about 55 degrees this morning.
It's
Feels
better
cold.
for now.
Feels cold, but it's quite a bit warmer now that we're at a lower elevation. But our high today,
Yeah, it's gonna get up till 83 today. So the last part of this walk is gonna be pretty brutal.
And now that we've come down off the mountain, we can feel that there's a little higher level of humidity.
Yeah.
So today will be interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll let you see what's gonna happen next. Oh, by the way, here's the Camino.
Nothing exciting yet. ¿Vienes cansado, sí? Inglés.
Tomorrow is a rest day, but the day after that, we climb up there.
Oy vey.
We are at the Vineyard del Bierzo, which is a winery, and we stopped for €3 for 2 glasses of wine and a little tapas.
And it's noon. It's afternoon.
Hashtag Camino day drinking.
But we...
Hola!
Hola!
So after we stopped at that little winery, we climbed a little hill and we are now in the vineyards. We're walking in what's known as the Bierzo region right now, which is one of Spain's wine regions, probably a little lesser known than Rioja, but the wine is fantastic and always inexpensive.
Of course, we have the mountains ahead. The birds are chirping. It's a beautiful day. It's a little warm, but it's a beautiful day. We're more than halfway done. We're probably about 2/3 the way done. Lunch is coming up in like 4 kilometers.
So we'll be stopping at in Cazabeos at a little hostel and that has a restaurant that we ate at the last time we were here. And we've decided to stop there again because we had such a great meal the first time we were there. So
they have a beautiful courtyard. I mean, I can't get enough of all the flowers that we see in Spain.
So that'll be probably the next thing you see in this video is our lunch. Buen camino.
Buen camino.
So tomorrow is our rest day. It's 5 o'clock. We've just walked into Posada Plaza Mayor in Villafranca del Bierzo. And here's our room. Michelle is very excited because there's a bathtub. So I know where she'll be spending part of the evening. She was also excited because there's a bidet. We'll see how that goes. And here's our room with our bottle of Bierzo Tinto that we just picked up in the lobby. 2 single beds, which is pretty normal. It's pretty rare to get a queen size or king size bed, even when you're married. And there's Michelle, who's very excited. And here is Plaza Mayor.
It is a beautiful room.
That looks like 3 different restaurants with the white umbrellas. One is the black awning, one is the red awning, and then another restaurant on past that.
There's 4.
Was there a 4th?
And then there's the 5th one over here.
There's another one over here.
And then there's ours down below.
So we have lots of choices of things to eat. By the way, here's the Teatro right across the street. And in a week they are doing Mamma Mia. So too bad we missed that. We won't be coming back. So, and there's the church in the background. And we're sitting down in this little valley. This hotel has massages that will come to your room to do a massage. So I think that might be happening tomorrow. And I did mention Tinto, right? That'd be red wine. So there'll be a good amount of that in our future for the next 24 hours. Hasta luego. What things have we not talked about yet that you want to know about? Make sure you leave comments below with your questions and be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Buen camino.